What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, the next step in the fight against bots within Splinterlands, and I should say specifically bot farms, is here upon us in the form of a proposal. Now, I had been out for a little while, over a week, and so I missed the pre-proposal part of this. It is now in the final proposal stages with 5 days remaining, and there's a bunch of proposals in here right now. I would highly recommend and encourage you guys to go and check them out. I'm not going to focus on them for the purposes of this video. The main reason I am focused on this is, one, because it's bot farm, so it's obviously a hot topic, but two, I believe this is going to be a very contentious vote. You can see other ones are, passing either somewhat comfortably or very comfortably, but this is right on the cusp of that 66.67% needed in order to pass. So let me just go ahead and click real quick into this. I don't want to read the entire thing to you, but I'll just give you the gist of it and then give you my thoughts at the end. So it looks like this is coming from Bronco, and what it is going to what they want to implement is essentially the CP card power requirement that was removed back in July in order to play in certain leagues. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be on top of the SPS staking requirements, which are really more so for earning rather than the league. But you can see here that they provided CP requirements, proposed CP requirements for each league in only the wild format, right? So bronze at 20K, silver 50K, gold 120, diamond 250, and champion 400. Now, I honestly don't remember what the previous ones were, whether this is, bronze seems a little high, silver probably seems a little high too. But either way, the CPU Soulbound cards will not count according to this, right? Unless they have been unlocked. So we're not even at that point yet. This proposal only applies to the wild mode and will not affect new players. By implementing these minimum CPU requirements, we can discourage bot farms from exploiting the game and ensure that players are actively participating or have invested in their collection, right? The whole thing is they want to get these cards. Again, taking out the Soulbound cards, they want to get the card market active again. So either have these bots own the cards that they need in order to play, or enough in order to play, or rent them, right? Because the rental market kind of died after we, all the anti-bot things that went into it over the past 18 months. So that's kind of where things are at. Obviously, this is a very contentious vote. We have 5 days remaining, but I thought I would just bring it up here because I think, this is going to be one that we watch over the next week and see where the conversation goes. Now, keep in mind, in 5 days, what is 5 days from now? That's going to be Monday, right? So Rebellion won't even be out by then. And I highly doubt that if this does pass by Monday, for example, they're not going to implement it once Rebellion launches. So I don't even know if we're going to get any kind of feedback from the team. The town hall earlier this week was very focused on land, which, shout out to the team for getting land out. But there was no talk about any of the proposals, specifically this one. So, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I necessarily feel about this. And I've talked about this in the past where it's just like, all right, if you want to go heavy and hard against bots, like just be prepared for them to, be prepared for them to fight back. Now, for the most part, I felt like bots or bot farms were relatively compliant with the changes that were, made back in July for the modern human only league. They all went to wild. Well, now we're going to add something else in. Is this a good step, right? Or is it considered maybe a half step? I don't know. I don't dislike it though, right? I feel I'm not sure what the counterpunch is going to be, right? If we throw this punch, I'm not sure what the counterpunch is going to be. And I've expressed these reservations, especially when it came to let's ban bots in wild, right? Because I'm just like, okay, well, if you ban bots in wild, then you're really like, that's the nuclear bomb of like, okay, we don't want you anywhere at all around the game. Maybe land, right? But I'm assuming bot farms aren't really there to mess around with land. So at the end of the day, it's just like if we don't figure out a third format for them, or if we go with something like this, maybe this is like a less lethal step, a less dramatic step, where it's like, okay, we want to encourage them to rent cards, we want to encourage them to own cards, right, or just use real cards rather than soulbound, and I can get behind that. So I'll tell you this, I'm going to be voting for this, so I don't want people to think that like I am on the fence in terms of I don't want something to pass, or I'm against this specifically, or I'm in favor of bot farms. I don't want people to think that, right? My whole thing is where do things go from here? It's obviously difficult or impossible to predict the future, but I just want to be thoughtful of like what the counterpunch is going to be. If we do decide to make this pass, what does this look like, and will there be places where bot farms won't? Will there be a situation where a bot farm, or bot farmers, I should say, won't try to come back and damage the game? I actually think, compared to the let's ban bots from Wild, this is actually a good half-step solution, which is why I'm in favor of it. I think it focuses on all the important things to me, which, soulbound cards. I know Tails has talked about this as well many times in terms of, all these soulbound cards that have been farmed essentially are just earning free rewards in perpetuity for the rest of their lives, right? And so this would kind of nerf some of that, in my opinion. But ultimately, we'll have to see where things go. So, put my money where my mouth is. I guess I'll go ahead and vote for it right now. But I do want to know what your thoughts are and how you guys are thinking through what this will mean overall. And if you are either supporting it or going against it, definitely let me know in the comments and we will continue the discussion there. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.